Technology has become the driving force of most of the world's economic and social development. Nations now depend on it, not just for developmental reasons, but it's fast becoming a way of life as the world is now a global village and also the future of today. People from all walks of the technology world came together at the prestigious Abuja Sheraton in Nigeria, venue of the 2015 Emerge Tech Summit. Kicking off the summit, a member of the Emerge Tech Summit group, Mohammed Jega, told participants why it is necessary to have a collection of people from all the tech world gathered in Abuja.
Emerge Tech Summit is a platform that we're celebrating emerging technologies. Emerging technologies in the sense that even those who have ideas, we're going to mold their ideas to startups. From startups, those who have startups, we're going to help them, repackage them, so that their startups can attract direct funding. So we can actually transform startups to blue chip. And Emerge Technology is going to do that by God's grace.
Minister of Communication Adebayo Shitu highlighted some of the benefits of its startup for technological development.
While I appreciate Emerge Tech for keying into the ICT drive of this present administration, in terms of job creation for youth, digital inclusion, revenue generation, and complementing existing programs by the Ministry and its agencies, the Ministry will continue, by the grace of God, to encourage private sector participation in the deployment of ICT services and applications. Consequently, I charge Emerge Tech to continue to liaise and complement the efforts of the Ministry and its agencies in this direction. Please stimulate more startups in all the groups and credits of Nigeria to have plugged in and attract technology investors into Nigeria, develop them from the startup company level, and grow them to become global players over time. I believe with the vivacious disposition of our innovators and with the commitment and the passion that young elements are putting into ICT development, I think Nigeria would soon overtake India and even the United States of America in the area of ICT development. My presence here physically as a representative of the federal government must be seen as enough endorsement of what is happening here. I mean, these are things that government must put in, its full weight to ensure that, we encourage those, in the forefront of championing innovation, as well as assist them as much as possible to be able to reach, the rural areas.
In Emerge Tech Summit 2015, and that was the Honorable Minister of Communications for the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the person of Barrister Shitu. I'm still Dorothy Njamanze. As you can see, the buzz is on. I'm taking you right round the vicinity so that you have a feel of the background. The gurus, the IT world is happening right here in Abuja. A lot of activities going on here, and it couldn't be a better place. Nigeria has found out that the technology is the it thing. We've been missing out a lot, but it's time to grow our economy accordingly and appropriately.
Speaking on technology as a catalyst for achieving sustainable development goals, Dr. Bashir Gwandu, who is the chairman of the Commonwealth ITU Group, reeled out statistics as it concerns technology rating in Africa.
60%, and it's bound to grow in the next 2-3 years to 80% in the developed countries. For us, developing countries, it's 30%. And by 2020 it's expected to grow, even much higher. But in the next couple of years, the next 3 years, by 2017, it's expected to grow to 63%. Now, that is probably ambitious, but that's the expectation. So, why am I mentioning this particular statement? Why did I say that? Because I'm telling some of you application builders to see there's an opportunity there. These hands are going to be cheaper. I can use that as a platform to develop my application, and I can go to the world with that application to sell it to bring benefits to myself and to my community. That's the idea of why I mentioned, yes, the market for smartphones is going to grow. That's a place there for you to latch onto. Now, one area that I should also talk about is growth of a particular set of technologies. For example, we have been hitherto using 2G, now we have used 3G, when we are deploying 4G, deploying 4G now, eventually, in the next 5 to 7 years, we might have 5G. Now, why I mentioned 4G here and the growth of 4G in particular, because it is expected that once you have the coverage of 4G, it allows you to use applications faster. And even the 4G, there's continuous refinement in the speed. The speed of 4G is actually reaching 600 megabits per second today. And that's why the specification for 5G is going to be a bit higher. We're talking about even more than 10 gigabits per second. That's the thinking of the designers on 5G, but we haven't got that yet. So, but for the 4G, I'm mentioning this week so that you can also, as you design your own application, you will take that into consideration.
The Emergtech 2015, do you think it has the potentials of giving Asia, or making Nigeria give Asia a run for its money?
I think it's not just Asia. Actually, we need to be competitive with the rest of the world. Asia is good in one area, but Asia also have developing parts. I think we need to be, our target should be the developed part of the world. Why can't Nigeria has every potential to grow and compete with the rest of the world. There are some areas that we are actually doing very well. The areas that we are not doing very well, I've mentioned some of them, and I think we can catch on the opportunity to be ahead in those areas that we think we have competitive edge. We have the number, we have the market, we have the people, we have very, very innovative and talented Nigerians that can make a difference. ICT sector provides that opportunity and, or rather that platform for us to catch on and then improve our economy in various means and ways.
In his paper on the 21st century techpreneur, Dr. Okwe Banwo, founder of the American Business School, said Nigeria is equipped with the necessary human tools for internet technology development.
So my paper this morning, they say I should talk about the 21st century techpreneur. So I'm going to talk about what I call the 21 immutable laws of internet marketing. But after this morning, we have a full training. I'm going to be talking about 12 ways to make money on the internet. I'm going to show you what I call the digital marketing gold mines for those of us who are unemployed or underemployed or those who need extra income. That is for you. If you are running your own company, that may not necessarily be what we are talking about. So I want to talk to you because I gather those who are here right now, maybe a lot of us are businesses who want to take digital marketing to the next level with our businesses. So I'm going to focus on the laws you have to follow if you want to succeed on the internet, and then later we can talk about how you can make money online, either with your business or as a self-employed person. You need to have what I call a strategy. Where are you going with your business on the internet? Are you using the internet to build leads? Are you trying to use to make direct sales? And you need to know, where are my customers? Where am I going? Because right now on the internet, you can narrow all the way down to people who live in Gwagwalada. If you want to advertise a particular product to them, the internet gives you that opportunity now to be able to say, this is my advert that I'm spending money on. I only want it to be shown to people who live in Abuja area of Gwagwalada. So you need to have a definitive strategy to the business, to your business. Otherwise, you are going to run up and down on the internet. So what is happening right now is a lot of people are on the internet, they don't even know why they're there. They don't have a strategy about how they're going to make those sales and how they're going to convert those sales. Number 2, the law of the funnel. The reason why, in the last year before, maybe even early this year, for most of us, we are just happy to have an internet presence. Somebody will tell you, we have a Facebook page now, we have a website, and all that. But many of them see it as a cost center. So if your company, your Facebook page, your website is this something you spend money on every year, then you are missing a lot of money on the table. Your internet media platforms should actually be a profit center. And then a funnel includes when somebody buys for the first time, then what is called a buying frenzy. If you know what we are doing, immediately they purchase, your site is supposed to redirect them to what is called an upsell, where you offer them something else. Because typically, the statistics is that if somebody buys, the probability of buying from you right away immediately is about 50%. So if you have the proper funnel on your site, all these things happen automatically. That's all I can say about that. So if you want to succeed, you need to obey the law of the funnel. Those who are kicking it online, those who are making good sales online, if you go to Amazon.com, you will see that there's a squeeze page. Immediately you log on, it's going to ask you to submit your name for something free. And if you make the mistake of buying something, what happens is that you say those who bought this also bought this. Alright, it will produce to 4 more things for you to buy. When you click on that or you try to click away, it's going to say just before you go away, there's a special here. Introduce another special. That's what is called a funnel. And then from then on, in case you don't know, as part of your funnel is what is called retargeting. Many of us don't even understand what that is. Immediately, and you can check it right now. If you go to Amazon and you check on something, just to check, you don't have to buy, review a book. Everywhere you go on the internet, you start seeing advert of that book. That is called retargeting. Because your website is cooking, your computer is cooking, and everywhere you go on the internet, all of a sudden you see that advert on the left or the right. The impression it's creating on your mind is that that product is everywhere. Yet you are the only one seeing it. Alright, it's called retargeting. All of that is what makes up your funnel. So if you are a company, it don't matter to me what we are selling, whether you are selling software. The gentleman that spoke before actually mentioned something very, I really like the product was promoting. But that would mean nothing if you don't have a good funnel attached to that product. The law of the niche. Alright, if you want to succeed as a digital, as a techpreneur, because a lot of people are finding out that building that site is not the problem. You can build any site you want, you can build any software, you can build whatever you want. But if you don't know how to market it, and that's what I'm talking about, just in case some of you are confused. If you don't know how to market what you are producing, you're not going to make any money on the internet. Nobody cares because there's 10 million people there almost every day. Alright, so you need to master the laws. I didn't call it the principles for internet marketing success. I call it the 21 immutable laws of internet marketing. And just like laws, when you violate any of these laws that I'm explaining, you face the consequence of the law on the internet. One of them is the law of the niche. The less is better than more. There's nothing that makes me laugh more than seeing companies trying to reach out to everybody on the internet. You cannot satisfy everybody online. You cannot satisfy everybody in the marketplace. You have to niche down to a narrow area. That's why I was so excited when I had one of my brothers yesterday who had me speak. And he said right there, they got an idea to do something called 1K pharmacy. Followed from the idea of 5kjobber.com that I talked about yesterday, and I was excited. Because for me, the more ideas Nigerians can come up with online, the better it's virgin. So that 1K pharmacy idea, for instance, is a niche. It's targeting very specific set of people who cannot afford medication themselves, and where everything on that site will be 1,000 naira medicine. I thought it was a genius idea. That kind of idea, if once it sees the light of day, it will be a runaway success. Just like we have Fiverr.com, everything on Fiverr is $5. Just like when we have 5kjobber that I just created and launched, every job on that site on 5kjobber.com is 5,000 naira. That means you can come in there, offer proofreading services, graphic design, whatever it is for 5,000 naira. And any company can come to 5kjobber and get any employee to do any specific service for them for only 5,000 naira. That is the reach. So on the internet, that's how it works. You cannot reach everybody. But when you can narrow down to a niche, you can quickly turn yourself to a master there, where you have a head following you, and then you can make sales to them continuously.
National security was one of the high points as stakeholders in an interactive session discussed how information technology can help save the nation.
Like the use of drones and unmanned vehicles, this has been applied to Israel and the Americans within the project. What I mean by drones and control craft that can be used to detect surveillance, insurgents, movement, and pinpoint areas of operation. Then unmanned vehicles, like maybe a tank that can be used by the whole control from a far control tower that will minimize the use of soldiers and minimize casualties to control to attack the enemy.
I think personally the way technology can be used to combat Boko Haram is by the military can have the use of like the satellites to be able to have a global view of the main area which is Sambisa itself.
Yes.
You know, and to be able to know what they are going into. They should also have like in their account some kind of like.
Are you saying they are not using the satellites?
I don't know about it. But I think that's the way technology can help.
Okay.
If in each of their camps they can have like a visual on what the soldiers being deployed to that place are doing, I think it will help them. And then in another way, I think support from Nigerians through social media and network encouraging our military. It has to be like some kind of organization, some kind of like mentality. Nigerians need to come together and support massively.
I believe that artificial intelligence is one area of exploited in Africa. And one of the leading enterprises in AI is Google. They use AI basically to understand search. And they don't really try to make it understand more behavior or respect to counter terrorism. I think one way we could combat terrorism at least reduce it or know what the terrorist is thinking or what they are about to do is by building intelligence software that uses advanced mass algorithm that can monitor their behavior, and from the patterns set by their initial behavior, will now know what they do next. All terrorists follow a particular pattern of behavior. Their phone calls have a pattern, and if we begin to build an AI that can know what AI. It could be a hardware, can exist in form of software, even small software that can run off mobile phones.
Well, responding to the question, how can we fight Boko Haram specifically? Terrorism. Yes. Yeah, I will agree with the speakers, those that made submissions earlier. And particularly mine is to encourage us to see the possibility of having existing database of all communities. It is not just about using drones to kill those on the field, but what about those that are within the communities? Those that even among the IDPs, we have some of the children, the victims, or the children of the same Boko Haram that might gradually want to keep up the dream of their parents. So with the database, we will get to analyze